Hey, guitar friend, are you wondering what to practice again? Everybody is. If you're wondering how to maximize your time, let's say you're getting home from work and you're feeling a little bit tired, a little bit groggy, you don't really feel like cracking open a textbook and doing a bunch of theory, I got you. I've designed a way to work out where you use a backing track, you do a little bit of studying and, working out some of the muscle memory of the things you're trying to learn, but we try to keep it musical. Let's do it. I'm going to get you in and out straight on through in 12 minutes or less. We're going to start with a track in G. G is the people's key today. We're going to be focusing on that. We got G minor pentatonic up there. We get our track going here. Let's fire up our engines and warm it up. Come on, guitar friend. Here we go. Starting with G minor pentatonic. We're just kicking off the rust. Not trying to be a rock star yet. Same thing, low to high. Just easily playing through this box one shape. We're gonna add some more interesting stuff, so if you're bored right now, hang in there. Now let's go high to low, starting here. Play along with me. If you had to pause it and grab your guitar, that's great. Let's do one more time, high to low. And notice that I always end on the root, on the G. Boom, boom. Now we're gonna do double stops, so let me show you what it'll be. Okay, so maybe you've played some of these, but we're gonna go all the way high to low. Try to join me here. Just try to stay relaxed and don't squeeze too hard. Try to notice where my fingers are so you can just stay in one position and grab all these notes. We're gonna use these ideas, these double stops, to get into some of that money for nothing stuff, all right? Or the smoke on the water, right? So these little exercises are very musical and they're the origin story for a lot of great riffs. But for right now, let's just keep going. Follow my lead. We're gonna do some of these open. We'll do smoke on the water. Just do that. We're not gonna get copyright stricken for this. So notice that we're getting these open middle strings. That's nice. Let's go high to low. Yeah. Now watch this. Follow that. So, and notice how this is like a single note line, and then we can harmonize it. You can hear that, right? All right, so that is a bit of our warm up. The last bit here for this last 30 seconds, let's get some dexterity. So this hammer on pull offs there on the 3rd fret. Try that one more time. And again. One more. Try that one. I missed it, I'm sorry, but it's just a warm up. That's what we're doing here, gang. We're getting into the workout now. So what we're gonna add to this equation with just our regular box one, we started getting into these double stops. That's what those are right there. We got these boom, boom, boom. Really nice and useful way to bring out some of the quality of this key of G. So there's certain keys that lend themselves to guitar playing, and it's great to emphasize like the open strings. When you get crunchier with a double stop like that in G, it leads you right into sort of a rock and blues sort of hybrid, which is great, which is where something like is the origin of, right? It's in G, and that's why this space up here is where I want to go next with our workout here. So we've got, you might know this typically as that extension of box one, but now we're playing sort of a combination of double stops and these like drone note moves. So check this out right here. That is essentially a power chord, right? It's just a G and a D, which is the same as right down there. But if we play it up here, it's got this cool kind of like sort of soloing quality and register to it. So let's just focus right now on that over the same little monotonous groove. We're just locking in a feel. Try matching that. My right hand, I'm doing the finger style, so you can play with or without a pick. So if I played with a pick, I'd be focusing on just Great. Now you see that note right there? Now we're playing all three of those, okay? And it looks similar to that triad, that F triad, which you might know, but it's a different cluster of notes. It's a G, a D, and an F. So let's just try to emphasize those little moves there. And then going down to those double stops that are using the open strings, right? Now what's this one up here? So we hold our fretting hand like this. That's a really nice. Grabbing that G. That's built into the Money for Nothing riff, right? Right? So we gotta have that. We gotta use this fingering here, which might be awkward at first. Let's practice it. Yeah. Now we go back to this one. You get the basic idea. You can very quickly lock into one tiny area of a scale with one idea and essentially come up with one game that you're playing and just zero in on that. Play it nice and steady and slow. Don't really get caught up in the gear or looking for like delay and fuzz tones and stuff like that. Now I want to show you in this last stretch here of the workout and then getting into the play section, what if we had a different progression altogether? So now we've got, okay, so this is a little bass line that I wrote and goes G to D and then F to C. So this is like, these are all major chords. And I want to show you that we can start to combine kind of a major G sound with this bluesier minor sound. So I'm going to treat that as like a C7. So one thing I want to show you first, we'll clear the board of this G minor stuff. I just want to show you these little shapes right here. Okay, so try that. You got that open G. Now watch this note goes down. It's a nice way to play a D. And then F down to a C. Watch that again. So essentially I'm playing a G triad down to a D triad. F to C. Now using the G-ness of G, letting that G note drone, which is great. This gives me a chance to also practice my picking, right? So if I want to spell this out, so some other stuff I might add to this. Let's say I'm going to try to incorporate some of like the G major sound. I've got this G major pentatonic that's right there. Looks like E minor pentatonic because that's what it's related to. But if I want to sort of play more of these notes right here, just like I was doing with the G minor box, I'm going to bring in some of these open, like the open G and spell my way up there. And let's see if I just mess around with a bit of that for more of this major. Put them in as fills, right? So an exercise like that will get me using a backing track and incorporating call and response and playing like a bit of a triad shape and then putting a little fill. But it's very simple concepts. The fun part is juggling it and trying to stay in the groove. Now we're going to go back to this exact same chord progression. But the reason I put this line right here is that I want us to think of that as the halfway point, which it is. And on this side of the equator, we'll be playing the major stuff that we just were. And on this side, we're going to be playing the minor stuff that we were from earlier on. So if I leave the major dots up on the board, I'll show you what I mean, and then you'll hear when I switch into the bluesier G minor pentatonic stuff. 1, 2, 3, starting major now. Now I'm going to play some of this minor stuff, right? the game is the mixing and the matching of those flavors. Too often we practice one flavor, major or minor, and then we practice one scale or one set of triads. This is something you can do when the chords like this, when they call for a little bit of that bluesy sound. You might just hear it in your ear. So let's see if I play blues all the way through. It'll sound a little bit off. And then when I switch to using the major in the first half, it'll bring in this sort of contrast of the sweet and the sour. So if I try to go all minor here, it won't be bad, but it'll be... So if I went minor all the time, it might get a little samey. Now I go sweet. And then I bring in this... Right? It's fun. Flavors. Okay, I'll play rhythm guitar for you. I'm betting on you to have your guitar right now. If you didn't, go grab it. One more time too. Let's do it. Guitar friend, that was just a fly through a guitar workout. And speaking of which, we do the guitar workouts together, my members and I, 5 days a week. It's crazy. At least until further notice, we're doing 4 live workouts together. And then on Fridays, we do a Zoom call hang where we jam together and people can ask me questions. People are never worried about what to practice and they're playing more guitar than ever before. It's the truth. Just look at this. And look at this. I couldn't have said it better myself. I hope you come join us. You get 2 weeks free. Start your free trial. There's never been a better time to join. I'm playing more guitar, and I know you will be too. Come join us when you can. And in the meantime, just, get snacky with it. In G, it's the place to be. Just right over here. I don't know where I'm trying to go, actually.